All right. Hello, everyone. I am back and I am here to give the prediction for next Saturday's game. Our beloved Maize and Blue, our Michigan Wolverines are going out to actually up to Minnesota. They're going up to the northwesternmost portion of the Big Ten as it stands right now. That's going to change next year. But right now, they are going out to the northwestern edge of the Big Ten and to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Let me make sure I could see myself on YouTube here. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I want to thank everyone who watched my recap of the Nebraska game. I appreciate that. Any engagement, any support for the channel is much appreciated and everything helps. Okay, I'm not going to be long tonight. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm not going to be long tonight. You don't want to eat too late in the evening. All right, I'm going to play the intro and then I'm going to jump in. And then if some of you are commenting, I'll read your comments. But if not, I'll just call it a night. All right. All right, everyone. Hey, happy Monday night. I think, well, yeah, Monday Night Football is on right now, so I'm up against the Shield. Welcome back to Big Discussions 76 Sports. My name is Dr. Anwar Youssef Dunbar. I am a Michigan alum. I'm not an insider. I'm a Michigan alum. I'm a scientist, a writer, a blogger, soon to be author, and a YouTube content creator. But in my time at the University of Michigan, I became a real fan of our winged helmets and our beloved football program. I have a comment. Let me see who this is. Sheed We Hear with his signature We Hear. All right, appreciate you being here, Sheed. Please smash that like button. If you're watching on the playback, please smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, well, respect is earned. Shout out to Bo Lytle. Respect is earned, but please consider subscribing to the channel. Please smash that like button if you are just coming in. If you want to throw something in the collection plate, you're under no pressure to do so. But as a YouTube content creator, that's a part of this. So this is here. And with that, hey, let's jump in. So, yeah, Michigan defeated Michigan. Well, how should I do this? I always get this mixed up. Well, we'll start with the Wolverines. All right. So Michigan defeated Nebraska 45-7 in Lincoln on Saturday. $45-7 on Saturday. So right now the Wolverines are 5-0. So we defeated East Carolina. We defeated UNLV. We defeated Bowling Green, and then we defeated Rutgers. And our most recent victim, the team's most recent victim, has been or was the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So Michigan defeated them 45-7. Let's see. I went live around this time on Saturday after I got back from the sports bar, and I did watch a little bit of Michigan State and Iowa. Cade McNamara went down, and I couldn't. It was like two offensively inept teams trying to defeat the other, so I could only watch for a little bit. And I went to bed, and I woke up, and Iowa won that game. But anyway, the Wolverines are 5-0. They defeated Nebraska 45-7. And Saturday's matchup, I just thought about this when I was out coming back from the store. Saturday's matchup is going to be the battle for the little brown jug. The little brown jug. So this is going to be one of the trophy games. I think we have this one. And there's the battle for Paul Bunyan. That's with Michigan State. And I don't think there's another trophy game that Michigan has in their schedule. So this is one of those unique things, and this is something that we all look forward to. And my prediction is that Michigan will take the little brown jug back to Ann Arbor. Actually, I think it's already in Ann Arbor, but I think they take the jug. Whoever has the jug takes it to the game, but I think it's going to go back to Ann Arbor. So I'm wearing my Michigan alumni shirt. I'm going to jump in really, really quickly. There's a lot of history to this matchup, at least as long as I've been watching the Wolverines. I remember the John Navarre team, the Big Ten championship John Navarre team. They had the big win on the Friday night up at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. They were down in that game, and John Navarre brought them back. I think they lost one or two games that season, and that was the game that sparked them on to the Big Ten championship. There was the defeat during the 2005 season. That was Chad Henne and Mike Hart's sophomore year. So Chad Henne and Mike Hart had a bit of a sophomore slump, and the Gophers came in and snatched victory from our grasp. I think it was off of a punt return. That 2005 season was very mediocre, and Minnesota stole a game from us at the Big House. Please smash that like button if you haven't. That helps a lot. That helps out a lot. That helps me. That helps the channel. Please smash that like button. Get the likes up. Let's see. Moving on. There was the matchup up in Minnesota. Jim's first year in 2015, Jake Rudock got knocked out. And that was the first time we really got to see what Wilton Speight could do. So Wilton Speight came in late in the fourth quarter when Jake Rudock got hurt. Wilton led us into overtime. And then Wilton made some gutsy and clutch throws in overtime to win us that game. Okay. Actually, no, there was one before that. There was another classic Minnesota game. There was the Brady Hoke, Shane Morris, Devin Gardner game. Devin got demoted temporarily. Shane Morris went in there, got clocked, and he was delirious on the field, and he came off the field, and then the coaching staff put him back on. He was delirious. Brady Hoke took a lot of criticism for that, and that arguably helped lead to Brady getting fired. That Shane Morris Minnesota game, right? So after the Wilton Speight overtime game, fast forward, I'm thinking about the 2020 game, the COVID game. Does anybody remember the COVID game, right? Who was starting? Who started that COVID game? The Big Ten was originally going to play. They canceled the season, and then they reinstated the season. And Michigan's first game for that COVID shortened season, Coach Harbaugh was wearing masks. Everybody was wearing masks. There were no fans in the stadium up there. Joe Milton, that was Joe Milton's start. And of course, we know that Joe lasted a few games before he lost the starting spot to Cade McNamara, right? And so then, yeah, I think that's kind of, since I followed the team, those were the big games. I'm trying to think if there was another big game once the program was restored. I can't think of another big Minnesota game after the program being restored in 2021 up until now. But that's a brief history of the game. All right, so let's take a quick look at the top 25. There hasn't been any movement up at the top two slots. Close that. Coaches poll, top 25. Alabama back in top 10. Kentucky enters college football rankings. All right, so I'm just going to go over this briefly. Georgia is still number 1. We're still number 2. Ohio State has snuck in right behind us. They're number 3. Texas is number 4. Florida State is number 5. Penn State is number 6. USC is number 7. Washington is number 8. Oregon is number 9. And Alabama is number 10. I'm not going to go over the rest of the top 25. Colorado has dropped completely out, and they may not get back in here for the rest of the season. All right. So let me get to our Wolverines. Let's get to the prediction of how they're going to do this weekend. They are predicted. I read this piece before. Michigan is predicted to do what they did against Nebraska. And right now, I don't see why they wouldn't. I'm going to read the first couple of paragraphs, and that's it. Close that. Go up here to the top. All right, Michigan versus Minnesota picks, predictions, week 6 college football odds, lines. Expert predictions for Michigan versus Minnesota by the college football analytic model that picks game winners. Please smash that like button if you haven't. The likes are free, and they help out with the channel. All right, this weekend finds defending Big Ten champions and number 2 ranked Michigan on the road for a second straight week, heading up north to square off against Minnesota in college football's week 6 action on Saturday. Wow, time is flying, isn't it? It's already week 6. Tripper Coles is here. Tripper, what's going on? Tripper Coles says, speaking of Colorado, didn't they beat Nebraska too? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But Jeff Sims was quarterbacking Nebraska, and he couldn't catch a shotgun snap. So, all right, Michigan remains undefeated, fresh off a 45-7 thrashing against Nebraska. That could have easily been 45-zip, posting over 411 yards per game and playing some of the best defense of the Jim Harbaugh era. Meanwhile, the Gophers sit at 3-2 and 1-1 in Big Ten play, with losses to North Carolina and Northwestern, averaging 342 yards per game. So it looks like they're a little bit productive. Yeah. What do experts think of that matchup? Let's see how the College Football Power Index computer prediction model projects the game. I'm tempted to scroll up and look at those spandex, but I'm not going to do it. All right. Michigan versus Minnesota picks predictions. There's JJ throwing one of his beautiful balls, probably to Roman Wilson. All right. Michigan picks. The computers are predictably siding with the Wolverines, who have the 87.2% chance to win the game, coming out ahead of Minnesota in 17,440 of the 20,000 simulations the index uses to pick straight up winners. I think we're looking at AI here, folks. Let's see. Minnesota picks. Conversely, the Gophers are projected to defeat Michigan with 12.8% likelihood, or the remaining 2,560 simulations. Point spread. Michigan is a 20.5 favorite against Minnesota, according to the lines at Sports Illustrated Sportsbook, which set the total at 47.5 points for the matchup. Michigan projections up 4 spots in the index's 133 team rankings to number 8 after taking down Nebraska. The Wolverines are projected to be 21.5 points better than an average opponent, and estimated win 10.3 games this season. I'll read this last one and then I will finish up. The Minnesota projections. The Gophers moved up 1 spot on the index to number 49 nationally, estimated to be 2.7 points better than an average opponent, and they are projected. Let me slow down. And they are projected to win 5.6 games this season. All right. Please smash that like button if you haven't. I'm just giving the prediction for Saturday's game up in Minneapolis. Michigan is projected to win by 20 points once again against PJ Fleck's team. So PJ Fleck, I think his name is going to be, with the vacancy at Michigan State, his name will probably be considered for that or rumored for that. So Michigan is picked to win this game by 21 points. And based upon what we've seen thus far, there's no reason to believe, or there's no reason to think that the Wolverines won't do that, especially with the way our defense is playing and with JJ's efficiency on offense. And even though our offensive line hasn't gelled completely to the point where it's playing like it did last season, it still looks pretty damn good. All right. And especially with Blake running the way he's running, and also with Khalil Mullings running the way he ran against Nebraska. So things are looking really good for us. I'm going to pull up the stats from Minnesota's last game that was against Louisiana, and then I'm going to wrap this stream up. Let's see, Louisiana versus Minnesota. If you're watching on the playback, please smash that like button. The likes help out. Also, please consider subscribing. Respect is earned. Shout out to Bo Lytle. I like looking at the opponent's last game because it gives us a feel for what we might experience on Saturday. So passing yards. So this guy has a long name. Well, let me click on the whole thing there. Kaliakmanis. Ethan Kaliakmanis. He is 6'4" and 210 pounds. All right, Ethan Kaliakmanis. He went 12 for 14 for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception against Louisiana. This Evans kid carried the ball 15 times for 85 yards. And this Jackson kid caught 5 balls for 89 yards and two touchdowns. The Evans kid scored 1 touchdown. Minnesota won that game 35-24. I'm going to look at the total team statistics really quickly. Let's see. Minnesota got 26 first downs. Okay. They generated 347 total yards, 146 through the air, and 201 on the ground. They held the ball for 35 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay. And this was against what we would consider to be a lesser opponent. So Michigan, yeah, I'm with the prediction that I just read. The computers and the Sports Illustrated sports book. Michigan should win this one by 21 points or more. They were predicted to win against Nebraska by about 17, 18 points. They wound up winning by 38. So Michigan should steamroll Minnesota, assuming there are no unforeseen injuries. I don't want to speak anything into existence, but again, echoing this sentiment, we're probably not going to see the entirety of what Team 144 is until they go out to Happy Valley to play the Nittany Lions. So, yeah. So that's my capturing of this prediction. It should be another big Michigan win. I will actually be in another time zone. I'll be in the Mountain Time Zone on Saturday night. So I'm going to a meeting, so hopefully the game's coming on at 7:30 Eastern time. Mountain time zone will be 1 hour behind that, which will be about, actually, no, let me get this straight. So 6:30, I'll pull this up so we can do the math together. Please smash that like button if you haven't. The likes are free and they help out with the engagement, and they help me out a great deal. All right, so the game is coming on at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I will be in Mountain Time, so that means 5:30. So I'll be in the Rockies. That game will be coming on at 5:30. So I'm going to do my best to get in front of a TV to watch it, and I'll be in my hotel room, but I will plan to go live when the game is over. So for you guys on the East Coast, that'll be a little bit later, but I have to remain consistent with the channel, and those post-game videos actually do pretty well in terms of views. But if you are watching on the playback, let me know what you think about the season thus far. Let me know what you think about Michigan's prospects against Minnesota. Are you expecting any surprises? Let me know what you think. I'm going to take us out with a word. Who should we have a word by? I'm tempted to play a Ryan Day drop. Ohio State will be back on the field this weekend. But since I invoked Brady Hoke when I was telling the my version of the Michigan Minnesota history, I'll take us out with a Brady Hoke drop. This is one of my favorites. I have a comment here. Snowman, hey, what's going on, Snowman? Snowman, I saw the text you sent me yesterday. It was a busy day. I had to get some exercise in late in the night, and I appreciate that, Snowman. We have to collab again sometime soon. We're in the college football season. The NFL's going. The NBA is about to start. One of my buddies is already sending me Laker pictures and Laker projections. So the Lakers are tooling up to try to get banner number 18. Anyway, I'm going to take us out with a Brady Hoke drop. Shout out to the Snowman and Cole for. Sometimes you learn things by watching. When I watch them, I realize I need to get some drops and some humor in here.
We understand what Michigan football means and what Michigan football is. We will always be about the team at Michigan. This is never going to be about Brady Hoke.
For God's sakes, this is Michigan. All right, everyone. Hey, enjoy the rest of your night. Again, if you're watching on the playback, please like, share, and subscribe. This is Big Discussions 76 Sports. My name is Dr. Anwar Yusuf Dunbar. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to donate something to the channel, my Cash App and PayPal are below in the description box. You can also leave a super thanks. The link to my newsletter is in the description box below. I'm always looking for more names. And I'm always looking for more names. And that would help out as well. And I think that is about it. So I'll talk to you over the weekend, most likely. And go blue. Who's got it better than us? It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. So as always, remember that your attitude determines your altitude. Always try to do your best. Go blue. Take care, and I will talk to you the next time. Bye-bye.